Unfortunately, Ms. Chawla was one of the 7 crew members who died when the space shuttle Columbia disintegrated during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. India lost a genius mind in this disaster. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. On this channel, I share videos related to modern technologies such as satellite systems, GIS, and remote sensing. So if you are new here, consider subscribing to join our community. Today's video is all about the Indian astronauts who have traveled into the space so far. And we will also explore the rich history of Indian space missions. We will be diving into all these fascinating topics and more. So, let's get started. The Indian space program began in the 1960s with the formation of the Indian National Committee for Space Research, INCOSPAR, which was established in 1962 by the Indian physicist Vikram Sarabhai. The primary objective of INCOSPAR was to develop capabilities in space sciences, space technology, and applications for national development. In 1972, INCOSPAR was restructured and renamed as the Indian Space Research Program (ISRO), which remains the primary agency responsible for India's space program. The first successful Indian satellite Aryabhatta was launched by India with the help of the Soviet Union in 1975. Since then, Indian Space Research Organization has launched a series of successful space missions, including satellites for communication, remote sensing, and meteorology. As promised, now I will tell you in details about the Indian astronauts who have traveled into the space. Topping the list is Mr. Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian origin astronaut to fly in space, who flew on a Soviet aircraft in 1984 as part of the Intercosmos program. Mr. Sharma was a member of the Indian Air Force at the time and spent over 7 days in space, conducting scientific experiments and taking part in international space activities. He was born in Patiala, Punjab in 1949. Rakesh Sharma entered the Indian Air Force in 1970 as a test pilot, and by 1984 he became a squadron leader. During the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, he flew the MiG-21 to Mach-21 combat missions. On 20th September 1982, he was chosen to be a cosmonaut in the Indian Air Force Joint Program and the Soviet Intercosmos Space Program. He underwent intense training at the Yuri Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Moscow for the period of 2 years. Mr. Sharma was among the 3 astronauts who spent 7 days, 21 hours, and 40 minutes in the space. With Sharma's space voyage, India became the 14th nation in the world to send a man to outer space. Number 2 comes Ms. Kalpna Chawla. Kalpna Chawla is an Indian-born American astronaut. Flew on 2 space shuttle missions in 1997 and 2003. She became the first woman of Indian origin to travel to space. She was born in Karnal, India on March 17, 1962. Ms. Chawla obtained a degree in aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College. After earning her engineering degree in India, Ms. Chawla moved to the United States in the 1980s. She completed her master's degree at the University of Texas, and in 1988 she received a doctorate in aerospace engineering from the University of Colorado. Ms. Chawla's first flight came in November 1997 aboard the space shuttle Columbia on flight STS-87. The shuttle made 252 orbits of the Earth in just over 2 weeks. In her second space voyage, Ms. Chawla was chosen to serve as a mission specialist on STS-107 in 2000. However, the mission was postponed numerous times until it was eventually launched on January 16, 2003. On the morning of February 1, 2003, the space shuttle returned to Earth intending to land at Kennedy Space Center, but as the shuttle passed through the Earth's atmosphere, hot gas streamed into the shuttle's wing and damaged the thermal protection system. Unfortunately, Ms. Chawla was one of the 7 crew members who died when the Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrated during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. India lost a genius mind in this disaster. She spent a total of 31 days, 14 hours, and 54 minutes time in space. Number 3 comes Sunita Williams. Ms. Sunita Williams is an American astronaut of Indian origin. In 2006, she made her first space flight as part of the Expedition 14 to the International Space Station. Since then, she has undertaken several additional space flights. Ms. Sunita was selected for the astronaut program by NASA in June 1998. She underwent rigorous training, which included numerous scientific and technical briefings, intensive instructions in shuttle, International Space Station system, and psychological trainings. She spent 322 days in space and ranked 6th on all-time US endurance list and ranked 2nd all-time as a female. She was assigned to the International Space Station as member of Expedition 14 and Expedition 15. She served as flight engineer on Expedition 32 and then commander of Expedition 33. She has created several records on board International Space Station. She holds a personal record of 50 hours and 40 minutes cumulative spacewalk time, which puts her in the number 8th position on the list of the most experienced spacewalkers. She also created a world record amongst females with 4 spacewalks totaling 29 hours and 17 minutes. On April 16, 2007, she made another world record by becoming the first person to run a marathon in space. She finished the marathon in just 4 hours and 24 minutes. In 2008, she received a Padma Bhushan Award from India. In 2011, she received the Medal of Merit in Space Exploration Award from the government of Russia. In July 2015, NASA selected her as one of the first astronauts for US commercial space flights. She spent a total of 322 days, 17 hours and 15 minutes in the space. Number 4 comes Raja Chari. Mr. Raja Chari is an American astronaut of Indian origin. His full name is Raja John Varpatur Chari, born in June 24, 1977 in the US. In 1999, he graduated from the US Air Force Academy with a bachelor's degree in astronautical engineering and engineering science, with a minor in mathematics. In June 2007, Mr. Chari was selected for NASA Astronaut Group 22 and reported for duty in August to begin 2 years of training as an astronaut. On November 10, 2021, Mr. Chari launched into space as part of the SpaceX Crew 3 mission, which was the 3rd operational mission of SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station. He served as commander of the mission, which lasted for 6 months. During his time on the International Space Station, Mr. Chari and his crewmates conducted a wide range of scientific experiments and maintenance tasks. In December 2020, he was selected by NASA as member of the Artemis team and is expected to travel to the moon by 2024. In the next video, we will be sharing a comprehensive list of the satellites launched by the Indian Space Agency.